Well, the 2024 National Lacrosse League draft has concluded, and we are alongside General Manager of the Rochester Knighthawks, Dan Carey. And Dan, I think just to start, this is a unique draft. Only 3 picks, not a ton of action for you and the Knighthawks, but what did you see in this class, especially with the trio you selected?
Yeah, this was a little bit quieter than what we've been used to over the last few years. So the 3 picks, we found guys that we've been able to do a good job with our scouting process, and a lot of conversations with some of their college coaches and guys that we know fairly well. Excited, we have a really good group of brought in a few veterans through free agency and through trades and stuff over the last few months. So we're really excited about the direction we're heading and the roster that we have now. But adding these 3 guys, it's just going to elevate the competition within our camp, and they're guys that are pretty passionate about the game and excited to be here. So
every draft is different. I imagine you sometimes find players who are immediately ready to jump into the National Lacrosse League. In this case, are there some more long-term projects?
I guess that's yet to be seen, right? We want to give everybody that comes into camp a shot to make the team, whether it's on our active or practice roster. So Connor Finger will be going back to school. He's got 1 more year left at Albany, and that's going to be something that we'll kind of keep our eye on him over the course of his spring season. The other 2 guys will come into camp and try and earn a spot. So that's our expectation. That should be theirs as well. Again, we've got a team that there's a lot of new faces from the last couple of years, but we're really excited, and we get 2 guys that we can add to increase and create a little bit more competition.
Stay on Connor Finger with me for a moment. I know that Dan Coates doesn't make the decision. It was you to draft him, but was there any influence from your captain who had coached Finger in the UCBLL?
Yeah, like Craig Rubzinski's done a great job with that, collegiate league. Dan Coates with coaching. We rely on the people that we know and trust to give feedback for players, and again, I think that's a big part of this. We want to make sure that we are kind of checking as many boxes as we can with guys, and Dan being that close to him and being coached, like having coached him here within the Hawkeyes organization, it was good to get feedback from our captain and a guy that we trust and know that's got a good handle on what it takes to play in the NLL.
It feels like every year you take steps, and a draft is a step for an organization. What did getting through this do for the Knighthawks moving forward?
It's just a step in the right direction, right? We've made a lot of roster changes, a lot of new faces coming to camp. It just adds to that. So we're a team that wants to get over that playoff hump, and we've made the playoffs the last couple of years, lost in the first round. So our goal is to win a championship. So we got to keep taking those steps forward, and this is a way to again add guys that are going to be passionate about the game, passionate about the Knighthawks, and really push to earn a spot to help us win games.
Last thing I'll ask you, I know that the draft and drafts across professional sports have changed, but that moment still probably means the same thing for those kids that are being told they're selected by a professional sports team. What did that mean for you, and what do you think it means for the youth and the guys you picked here in 2024?
It's knowing within this business and within our league, we have to make tough decisions. We have to call players that are traded and released, and those aren't fun conversations to have. But to call a player to let him know that he's been drafted is definitely something that you can hear the excitement in their voice when they answer that call. So it's really cool to be able to go through that process. We do have a lot of players that didn't get drafted, unfortunately, and so there's kind of both sides of it. Some are very excited and some have a little bit of disappointment. So it's ultimately what they do from today forward. It's not necessarily about that draft and position that you were drafted in. It's more about putting the work and the effort in to realize your dream, if that's to play in the National Lacrosse League.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.